There are many good excuses why the world is where it is today. Those good excuses are the good excuses which the 90% use to explain why they must remain blind to the antics of the greedy 10%. In this scenario, the greedy are those who make the rules. Therefore, to ensure the rule makers remain in control, too many of the controlled say, I would lose my job. I would lose my home. I want to purchase a new whatever. I want to pay my children's tuition. All good excuses. And harmless to society if society was operating properly. Thus, it would be no harm when a few choose to bury their heads in their, well, let's say, sand. But because we have too many cowards, both at the top and the bottom, and everywhere in between, we watch as an Orwellian Prime Minister and his minions thrust the Emergency Act on Canadians, while police in Ottawa attack and bully peaceful demonstrators. Ouch! 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 A rotten apple does not fall far from a rotten tree. America, Australia, England, China, Russia, France, and watch similar bullying events by their rotten apples. Lest we forget, these are the same police, politicians, CEOs who the media and government constantly brand as and demand we call heroes. Question: why do control groups like the media and government want uniformed personnel referred to as heroes? To ensure those so-called heroes will, when ordered, jump and defend the leaders within the two control groups. I declare, from this day forward, all people who work for the government or who defend those who work for the government must be referred to as heroes, and those who don't treat them as heroes will be incarcerated. Yes, boss. Right away, boss. Of course, in a democracy like ours, this would never happen. Right, police heroes? Right, Honorable Lido? How blind are heroes? Even when a Lido misbehaves and ignores the country's rights and freedoms, they put on their jackboots and show how obedient they are by using horses to run down an elderly lady who needs a walker to maneuver. Talk about he-men. No wonder we call them heroes. I don't care what our Charter of Rights and Freedom state. I will use Skip Wilson's words to make it crystal clear. Here come the judge. Here come the judge. And by my father Pierre's example, that paper does not apply to Lidos or our friends. Top 5% use a tactic known as divide and conquer. White, black, and brown people don't want to admit that all us deplorables are slaves of the top 5%. Sadly, fighting each other to deny this fact does not help us. It only helps the 5%. See how it works? Great if you are the people making rules which serve only you and your class in this world of class systems. But class systems never work for the untouchables, the deplorables. But who cares? Not those who rule. You say we will have a shortage of fuel if I shut down the Keystone Pipeline while increasing imports from Arabia? You say it will cause riots? No problem. My buddy Justin will show our rioter how to apply blackface. It is common knowledge that when non-whites riot, it is peaceful. It is helpful. Everyone knows, but no one fixes this imbalance, and it will remain unfixed until the deplorables get a tool that helps control the corrupt elite. Until then, politics remains a game where politicians operate in a world with no holds barred, both when seeking and while in power. Value of protests to Canadians? proves they are still alive. Value of system to politicians? They operate without control. Number of protest gains? None. Number of benefits to the people? None. You protest, government caves. You go home, government reinstates rules. So, you protest, government bullies. You go home, government reinstates rules. And on it goes. But changing the system would end the game. And it is just a game for politicians, right? If Einstein was alive today and pondering, if doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is insanity, then I need a perfect lab model to prove this statement. Only one thing I can see dumb enough to perfectly and consistently fit this concept: Canada's, and likewise every other country's, voting system. Hard to believe. Intelligent people using an illiterate X to pick strangers to govern, then give them free rein for 4 years and expect life to improve. Yes, that is a perfect example of insanity. I see only one system that can cure this lunacy: the Barnes theory of voting. Revising the quote. On page 4, Mr. Lido quotes Skip Wilson. He'll come to judge. He'll come to judge. But in truth, all of today's Mr. and Mrs. Lidos are quoting the New World Order's updated Center for Deceptive Conspiracies, the CDC. He'll come to monkeypox. He'll come to monkeypox. In truth, I think they are just monkeying around with us. Is that honorable? It is, if you are a politician, because politics is a government of the politicians, by the politicians, and for the politicians. Billy boy, I'm a little confused. Somewhere I read you want to reduce the world's population. If true, then, according to you, Fauci, and others, many who refuse the jab will die. Therefore, why are you not singing praises to those millions who, to fulfill your dream, are choosing death? Or is the truth closer to the fact the stabbed have a better chance of dying? If so, then wooden boxes filled with stabbed people is your dream. Billy, 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 by the smug look on your face, I guessed right. Right? The truth is, Billy boy, you people are not trustworthy. In the name of the Father, the Son, and pure love, come, pure love, fill the hearts of your faithful, enkindle in them the fire of your Spirit. Send forth your pure love, that we be born again, thus willing and able to help Jesus the Son renew the face of the earth, according to God, our Father's plan. And let it be done with the peace of pure love. I do not end with the sign of the cross. Thus, this is a never-ending prayer asking for unity and peace among people. Please join me with your never-ending prayers for improving our hope in pure love. Feel free to connect with and wrap your heart around this one.